Hello, hello, hello. I feel like I pretty much always start the streams this way at this point. Okay, Twitch is working. What about YouTube? Let's see. If it loads, tends not to like doing that. Oh, not even in the frame. There we go. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. And same with YouTube. Okay, cool. I think the setup that I have going on now works pretty well. Doesn't seem like I'm having problems with it, which is nice. So then, let me prepare some of this stuff on my screen. So what are we going to be doing today? I thought, since I don't really have much left to prepare before outreach, I thought let's fix up some of the stuff in the back end. So I'm thinking maybe, I forgot to click record. Maybe we will, pull that out by accident. Oh well. I was thinking maybe we'll go through the client portal and see what we can do there. I'm not 100% sure still on what kind of information I even want to be there. I have a general idea, but I'm not super sure as to the presentation. Maybe there's some other stuff I should add. The Airtable database I'm using is a little bit messy. Maybe I could fix that up a little bit, or at least create like better views for myself so I could see what I need to see properly. So I thought maybe we'll go through that. Besides that, I learned a pretty valuable lesson this morning, which, I mean, it's not like I'm learning it for the first time. It's just getting even more, it's getting even more ingrained in my mind. And that's that no matter how much preparation you do, you will never be able to prepare for every edge case of anything that can happen. I spoke to this lovely lady this morning about her ad account, and she had a unique setup where for some reason it's just like it was very difficult to gain access to the account. So usually the way that I'm used to is people have a business manager, they have their Facebook page added to their business manager, and then they could add me as a user to their business manager, and I could manage stuff from there. She was running ads on her own account, and the ads on her account, like for some reason, when I tried to gain access to that account, well, first actually, we tried to add the page to the business portfolio, but when we tried to do that, didn't work. Said you can't do that with professional accounts, apparently. First time I'm seeing that. Didn't make sense to me at all. Then I'm like, okay, well, let's try gain access to the ad account itself and not worry about the business portfolio. Tried to do that. That wasn't working super well either. For some reason, it said that you can only add friends. So I was like, okay, now we got to figure out how to become friends. I went to my page, my business page, tried to add her page as a friend. Couldn't do that. Can't add friends with a business page. So in the end, what we did is I just used my personal profile to add myself as a friend to her account. Hey, Johan, what's up? And I gained access that way. Super annoying, convoluted setup. But this is what I mean, is that like I would have never been able to prepare this in advance. Sometimes shit just happens, which you just gotta deal with on the day it happens. And it's always the case. And also another thing is that everything always takes so much longer than you expect it to. That's another thing I'm learning. It's like if I expect something to take an hour or so, I'm just going to assume it's actually going to take me like 4 hours. the amount of times I've been like, I should be able to get this done in like 10, 20 minutes. And I sit there for fucking 4 hours with my thumb up my ass, fucking wondering why stuff isn't working. It's great. Lovely. Yeah, that's just the cost of doing business, I guess. It's the cost of your damn time. Anyway, hey Phobos, I'm all good. How about you? Wonderful day today. As every day is a wonderful day. We are here going to fix up our client portal, figure out what direction we're going to take it in. That's the plan. Yeah, anything else happen? Anything else I work on recently? That's about it. I think it was just that. Yeah. Can't recall anything else I did. I think I was doing the agreement letters yesterday. I was going through my list, my to-do list today, trying to figure out what we have to do still. So I thought we'll take a look at the client portal because I wasn't sure if I want to do that on stream because I imagined it was going to be a lot of thinking. But at the same time, like if I don't do this kind of stuff on stream, what the hell am I going to do? So figured I don't really have much of a choice. I get that a lot. It's like I look through my list, I'm like, that wouldn't really be great for stream. There'd be a lot of thinking here. This wouldn't be too good. And at the end of the day, turns out that all of the little things on my list are little things. So, gotta do them. So that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, I've spoken enough. Let's just get started. So let me bring in my main view here. I need to change the text. There we go. Cool. So this is the dashboard so far. So I've added myself with one of my emails so that I could see what it looks like from the perspective of the clients. So we've got this, which is fine. I thought of just keeping this picture as like a standard picture because it breaks up the monotony a little bit. We got the status, which should be updated based on what the progress is. Actually, I don't remember what updates the status. Let me take a quick look at that. Specifically, which section actually updates that. Client email. Why is it not showing up? Oh, here we go, section 1. It is coming from the client's source, which is determining the status based on the project timeline, I think. So here, I'll show you what I'm looking at over here. So this is my database that I'm going to be using in Airtable to manage everything. Yeah, so the status is here. I think this is supposed to automatically change based on the project timeline, I believe. Not entirely sure. Maybe it is something that I have to change manually. If that's the case, then I don't really like that. I think I'd rather that be automatic. So we might need to figure out how to do that. Well, let's see what happens anyway. So this is a little messy. This is something that I wanted to fix. That's, yeah. So, let's see here. So if I go in progress, does this change anything? If I go back here, I think it changes based on completion. So it updates the thing here. So when you go to campaign progress, I think when you mark one of the things as complete, Okay, yeah, so the onboarding stuff doesn't show up here. Okay. So if we do something like write funnel copy, we change that and then reload this. This changes to in progress. Okay, so that's what that's set up. Cool. Due date is set there as well. That's something I should probably make automatic if I'm going to use that. Okay, and then start here. Yeah, we're going to need to update this. Dashboard. Yeah, so progress to funnel launch. I imagine that changes once some stuff is marked as complete. So if that's marked as complete, is that going to progress it or does it have to be fully done? No, it does. Okay. It does increase it. So it doesn't count the onboarding stuff though. So if I do this, yep, 14. And if I mark them all as complete, some of this is kind of outdated. I'm going to have to fix it up. See what happens when I do this. Okay, funnel complete shows up. Is that it? Progress to funnel launch. Does it include the onboarding? Kind of making it seem like it does. Complete, complete, complete. It does, okay. Onboarding complete, funnel complete. Don't I have an ads thing as well? Maybe I should use the green color for this. Not sure. Anyway, funnel launch date. What determines that? I think it's something in here. Yeah. Anyway, that's a complete mess that we have to deal with. Maybe we'd be better off planning it out. Yeah. Because I want to set a due date as well for all of these automatically so I don't have to worry about it. The client tab is kind of confusing. It just has a little bit of everything in it, kind of thrown together. The package should probably automatically populate. Yeah. So much stuff to fix. Okay, so I think what we might do is try to rebuild it somewhat from scratch. Get rid of this. I think we need to go through it from scratch and just kind of work our way through it because when I was building it, I didn't really have a good idea in mind of what it was I was making. So it's just very messy. Very messy. Oh, I don't even know where to start. This is why I didn't really know if I wanted to do this on stream because it's just gonna be a lot of thinking, probably. Yeah, so cool. So it all starts with the onboarding form submission. Yeah. I'm gonna have to write out each one of those things individually, I think. Maybe I could just take screenshots, might be a bit faster. I don't know. Maybe I could use Excel for it. Maybe that might actually make more sense for planning purposes than this. Let's try that. Here's our Excel sheet. So let me basically rebuild the Airtable in here. So we've got our clients tab, got our leads generated, project timeline, invoices, assets, documents, reports, onboarding form submissions, and milestones with the hell is that symbol? Okay. Is that? And start from the beginning. Business name, email, phone number, website URL, booking link, package, package price, red flag, status, funnel, date, created date. This is not going to be super interesting. Notes, assets, assets 2, 3. This seems kind of weird. I feel like that doesn't need to exist. Yeah, assets 2 and assets. Okay, assets 3 does seem to be taken. Assets 1 is not. Okay, so these are obsolete. Already fixing some stuff up. Lovely. I really don't even know where I'm going to start with fixing this. That's why I'm writing all this info out. I imagine it'll be a little bit easier to think my way through how I want to set this up. It's good that it's still kind of at the beginning. I mean, it's kind of like I'm doing it from the start, but I'm happy that I don't have any records in here already, so I can kind of work my way through it that way. Ideally, I want to have something in my database where I can track my projects and be able to track all the information in it. So I'm probably going to set up 2 different views, one which has a full view and one which is like a working view where I only show the important pieces of information plus what I actually have to change and interact with. It's a shame that you can't individually color the columns in Airtable. I wish that you could. It would make it a little bit less complex looking at it, because then I would know which fields are pre-populated and which ones I need to populate myself. But alas. Project timeline. Tracks completed. Tasks. Progress. Percentage. Great spelling, me. Man, this is a long tab. Documents. There's 2 documents here as well, so probably one of them is not needed. Yeah. Okay. Invoices. Leads generated. Leads generated. First lead trigger. And lead trigger. Add spend date. Cost per lead. Calls. Wonder how I'm gonna track that. That's gonna be interesting. Name. Total onboarding tasks. Completed tasks. Completed tasks. Complete. There's got to be a better way to do this one. Oops, that doesn't need a question mark. I'll have to go back to make sure I didn't even miss any. Ads. Tasks. Tasks. Ads complete. Launch. Tasks. Completed. Launch. Complete. Project timeline copy. Why is that here? Delete that. Reports. Yeah, that's probably gonna be it. Okay. Cool. So let me just take a look at this, make sure that we have all of them. Business name, client email, phone number, website URL, booking, link, package price, red flag, status, funnel launch date, created date, nodes, assets, project timeline, tasks completed, total tasks, progress percentage, documents, invoices, leads generated, total leads generated, first lead triggered, first 10 leads trigger, ad spend to date, cost per lead, number of booked calls, milestones name, total onboarding tasks, completed onboarding tasks, onboarding complete, funnel tasks, completed funnel tasks, funnel complete, total ads tasks, completed ads tasks, complete. You finally went live again. What do you mean finally? I go live at 3. It's in my bio. Welcome back. Ads complete, total launch tasks, completed launch tasks. Launch complete reports. Okay. So that's tab 1 done. I'm gonna go turn on my AC because god damn it is hot. This giant light blaring in my face is probably heating up this room so much more. What are you doing? I am fixing my client portal. So right now I am writing down every heading from my Airtable database, which links into my client portal. Because I basically need to rebuild it from scratch because right now it's way too confusing. It's hard to test stuff. Because when I built it originally, it wasn't working super well. So need to make sure that I get that fixed. So probably going to be pretty boring today. Lots of technical stuff. But hopefully we'll make a big dent in it. I don't think I'll finish it today because I remember when I first made it, it took me a while. I'll probably be faster now because I know a little bit more about what I'm doing. But it's still, I probably won't get this done in... It's already been 20 minutes. Probably only going to stream for like another hour, 20, something like that. You know, I will give it to you. Your name is kind of hard to forget because of the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's a name I'm probably going to remember no matter what. What's that one? Project timeline. Oops. Client email. Category, status, due date. Completed. Oh man, I'm not looking forward to building this back from scratch. I'm really not looking forward to it. Even just writing this down is giving me depression. Not really, but you know. Client visible. Client visible. Onboarding task completed. Onboarding. That's probably not a question mark. Completed onboarding. Okay, I might just watch you do whatever, but quick question, are you developing your project off screen? No, I will develop it on screen. It's just that there's not enough space to fit everything. This is the main thing I'm doing. I'm literally just taking what's here. I'm taking what's in all of these tabs and writing down the headings. So like it looks pretty much exactly the same. But once I switch to working on that, I'm going to show that part. You're welcome to ask any questions, and you know, we could just chat while doing this boring part. But yeah, that's the thing I'm doing now. It's not too interesting. It's just I have no way to fit both, and this is where the action is happening, so I figure this makes more sense to show currently. Completed onboarding. Where'd that go? Here we go. Funnel task. Funnel task. Completed task. There's got to be a better way to handle this. This was so like confusingly built. Is confusingly even a word? Completed ads launch. Completed launch. No. I'm asking while you're not streaming, do you develop your project or do you only develop it while streaming? No, I do stuff off stream. Some of the more boring stuff and some stuff I can't do on stream. Like right now, anybody, you know, any potential clients I talk with, I'm not streaming that. When I record videos, obviously wouldn't make much sense to stream that, I don't think. Maybe if I had more people, I think it might be fun to stream recording a video. Could have some good banter. But no, there's some stuff I do, but usually I say at the beginning of each stream what I did off stream if I did anything. But all of the important stuff for now is being done on stream. And then sometimes if I don't finish something on stream, I would finish it off stream if it's something that isn't too complex that like you wouldn't really be missing anything if I did it off stream, you know? Okay, so assets, invoices, and documents. Invoices and documents. What's the difference? Probably make more sense to just include invoices under documents. Because I don't know what documents would even be. It's like, why split them? Is there a reason to... Let me open up this. So invoices and documents. I guess documents can be stuff like agreement letters and such, and invoices might be good to view individually. The thing is, though, they don't take up a lot of space. So I'm just wondering if it's even necessary. Somebody could just go in here and find all of it at once. Okay, did you get any clients today? No clients, but I spoke to somebody this morning who I'm thinking of just working for free just to get a review and, you know, make some progress. You know, why not? Thinking of doing that. But I'll see if they say yes. I presented an offer, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Invoices, should they be separate? Documents can be other stuff uploaded. And then assets, campaign assets, are deliverables and files you uploaded. Yeah, there's a submitted by thing. That's probably fine, you know, I'm just gonna keep that structure, I think. I'll review it again afterwards. Invoices, invoice number, amount, date issued. I'd rather have like automated systems in place to deliver stuff like this, so I don't need to use some of these tabs. But I'm not sure how easy that would be to set up. Because ideally, I would love it to be the kind of thing where somebody pays and whatever email somebody used to pay, that the same email would be used to sign up for the client portal. Because then that way, what I could do is have the invoices automatically sent to them. I'm not sure how I would change the invoice number conveniently. I could probably set up some kind of like date formula, which updates every second or something. Includes seconds or minutes. Not sure. Probably some way to do it. Maybe that's something that I would do on stream as well while we're waiting for stuff to happen. It would be handy. My goal ultimately with this business is to set it up in a way where it's almost fully automated. That's my long-term goal. I have some like goals and ideas written down for doing that, some series I'm going to run and stuff. So my goal is to set this up so that it gets to a point where I almost don't have to do anything to have it work. So I think that's going to be interesting. See how that goes. But first, obviously, you need to worry about the beginning, need to start small, worry about getting clients first. So focusing predominantly on that. Then we're going to start outreach probably on Monday. What's the date today? 24th. Yeah, probably going to start Monday. Once instantly fully warms up. I need to start pulling some of my leads into my email campaign as well. Need to make sure I get on top of that. So I can start sending on Monday. We sent 140 warm-up emails. That's doing great. 150 on this one. Nice. It's all going good. So invoice, that's that. Assets. Link. It'd be great to know programming so I could just build my own dashboard with whatever I need on it, rather than having to learn how to use another platform and work around the way that it works. File attachment, file URL, clients, client email. Okay, added. So Balor, what kind of stuff do you do? I don't think we talked much about your life. You're the guy that was asking a lot of personal questions, right? The guy that's in high school, I believe. What are you doing? How's that going? Any ideas for what you're going to do in college? So you're getting stressed? Also, what about that Ahsoka guy, that guy with bad grammar in English trying to work for you for free? You may not respond if you want. Yeah, he sent me an Instagram DM. I answered, and he hasn't replied since. So I don't know. He asked me a few questions, and then he asked me for my website. I just sent him my website link, and he hasn't responded since. So no clue what's going on with that. The plan for college? Well, I genuinely want to become a doctor for the money. Do you think, like, are you doing well in school? Do you think that you'd be able to get into a medical school? It's a great goal. I mean, if you're gonna go to college, that's the kind of thing that you need to go to college for. Not stuff like stupid art degrees or fucking gender studies or something. Don't do some gay shit. Make sure you do something important. Lawyer, doctor, something that actually gets benefit from going to college for. There's very few industries or careers, I guess, rather, that I would actually recommend to go to college for, but doctor is definitely one of them. Hell now, I'm running on caffeine and lacking notes on 4 subjects. Well, if you want to be a doctor, brother, you gotta hurry up. But the thing is, you're saying you want to be a doctor for the money, but I don't think you will make a good doctor if that's what your goal is. You should be a doctor if you want to genuinely help people and heal people and stuff like that. Because, and I don't know where you're from, but you know, even if doctors wherever you're from make a lot of money, it's also quite a stressful job. It's very difficult, and a lot of doctors have issues with arrogance and lack of sleep, which can impact their judgment. So if you don't like being a doctor, I think that you usually make a shitty doctor. You also have to prepare that you're probably going to be studying before you fully get employed until you're like 30. And it's tough studying. I wanted to go into the medical field as well, but changed my mind nearing the end of my high school. Hey bro, just curious, do you do cold calling for your business to get clients or any other stuff? Yeah, well, not cold calling. I set up an email system which we're planning to launch on Monday. Uh, so it's cold emails. We're going to be sending over 100 emails a day to potential clients of ours. I have a whole email campaign set up. So that's going to launch on Monday. Not sure if I'll do cold calling. I'm going to see how well the emails go. If the emails go well, then there won't be a need for cold calling. But if the emails are not going super well, then I might start following up with some of the emails afterwards if I can find their phone numbers with calls. But I have a pretty good email campaign set up. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. It's not like cold email doesn't work. It's literally just a skill issue if it's not working. So I'm really hoping that's gonna work out. I'd rather not cold call because it takes so long. It's also stressful. I get fucking horrible phone anxiety. I don't know why. Like, I can do something like this where if there's 100 people watching, I'm not going to give a single fuck. But if it's taking a phone call to order a pizza, my fucking heart is like, boom, boom, boom. You know, I can't handle that shit. I don't know why. There's almost anything I would rather do than take a phone call. I would probably do better presenting in front of a room of 100 people than I would taking a phone call. I don't know what it is. Something about the damn like static and the beeping noises. It sounds like something out of a fucking Purge. Like the kind of shit that you'd hear when there's like a tornado warning or something. I don't know. It just activates my fight or flight response. I'll do it if I have to because I don't have a choice. I need money. But I would prefer not to. So I'm going to explore other avenues first. What about you? Do you have a business? Are you doing cold calling? What's your deal? What are you doing in life? Oops, that's not number. The fuck? What is up with my keyboard? Like, I have an American keyboard, but I swear I have the correct language settings enabled, but I keep getting the wrong damn things. Where the hell is my number thing? Alright. God damn it. Hashtag is 0023. Is it not? The hell? Ah, whatever. Just give me the hashtag number. Number, symbol, whatever. There we go. Number one, reason, clients. Can't read that. Reason clients hesitate. Objections. Makes you different. Reason clients hesitate. Don't convert. Common objections. Hey, dude, quick question. Do you have competitors in your business? Every business has competitors. What do you think? The digital marketing agency is a monopoly? You think that I'm the only person with a digital marketing agency? I mean, thing is, so here's a little business lesson for you. You can create your own mini monopolies if you create a specific deliverable. So what I mean by that is let's say, for example, I'm starting a digital marketing agency. So if I just take the average price, if I do the average service, like just running Facebook ads, and I do stuff like everybody else, well, now I'm going to be seen as commoditized, which means that people are going to see me as just a generic brand, same as any others. So it would make more sense for them to go with either the cheapest option or somebody who is more reputable. So that's bad. You want to avoid that. But you can create your own kind of mini monopolies by having a specific service. That way you can't be compared to other people. So you still have competitors. Like I would still have competitors in digital marketing, but the competition would reduce because of the specificity of the product I'm selling or the service I'm selling. So as an example, the way that I've set up my service, which I don't see a lot of digital marketing agencies do, is I have a client portal. A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't have stuff like simplified dashboards for clients to be able to view their metrics. They wouldn't have like a complete sales funnel build, which is what I'm offering. A lot of marketing agencies would only offer like SEO or Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever, but I'm offering a very specific product for a very specific person. So in a sense, if you take into account my service and my niche, I probably have, it's possible I don't have any competitors, but I have a very small amount of competitors because my product is so different from others. Does that make sense? So in a sense of like, yes, I'm competing with other digital marketing agencies, but I have my own established service that is not like something that people can easily copy. So if I went on a call with the client, for example, and they were like, well, this other guy does this, why wouldn't I go with him? Well, he doesn't provide the same thing as me, and I can almost guarantee that because the thing that I've made is fairly unique. So kind of helps with dealing with competition. How many clients? Actually, I don't know why I'm even doing this one. The onboarding form submission one can stay the same. Yeah, no reason to do this. Waste of my time. There's still some stuff I need to do on my website. Like I want to make video sales letter to go on the homepage. I want to add a submission form because right now the only way I have for people to get into contact with me is by booking a call. So instead, to lower the what's it called? Lower the purchase threshold a little bit. The friction. I think that's what I was thinking of. Lower the friction by giving people the opportunity to fill in a form instead, for somebody who doesn't necessarily want to take a call right away. And then give people the option to book a call after they submit the form. I think that would make a lot more sense. So I'm going to do that. And milestones. Not super sure about this tab either. Okay, but this is a what if question. Just a what if. If your competitor does it better than you even in the area you're specialized in, what do you do? You may not answer. You don't have to keep prefacing every question by that. If I'm not gonna want to answer, I'll let you know. Don't worry. Unless you're like God or something, you control what I can and cannot answer. So you're just granting me the permission to ignore you. In that case, I appreciate it, God. Thank you. Don't strike me, please. But yeah, I mean, in that case, in the hypothetical where even in your specialized market, somebody is out competing you, I mean, it happens. That's just life. I mean, go take a look at your local stores, your like a local grocery store or something. They're being outcompeted by the bigger grocery store. That's just how it is. That's life. The best thing you can do in any situation where you are being outcompeted is fight back with something that they can't copy. Obviously, you can always be copied. That you can't avoid that. You can always be copied, but you can try your best to fight back. Sometimes you can actually even use something about the competitor to bring them down. You could see some of the bigger companies do this, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They would run ads pushing the other competitor down. So you can compete with either increasing your own value or trying to decrease your competitor's value. I mean, they're called competitors for a reason. It's a competition. You have to be better. It's like, you could think of it as a race. If somebody beats your ass in a race, you know, flies by you, can't do shit, what do? Do you go, you know, suck your thumb and cry on the floor like a big baby? Or do you train harder so that you could run faster? So it's the same in business. You train so that you can do better. Come up with better ideas. Or at least, look, you can't do this in a race, but you can do this in a business. Imagine in a race if you could have like banana peels to throw towards your opponent so that make them slip up. That's kind of what you can do in business. It's legal. Can't do that in a race, but you can do it in business. Underrated live stream. I'm glad you think that, Alex. I appreciate that. Is this your first time here? If so, welcome. The actual stuff we do is kind of boring, but the banter is good. It'll be more interesting once we're actually starting to fulfill our service and get clients. I think it's going to be a lot more interesting there. But the reason I'm streaming all of this stuff from the beginning is because I really want to have like these live streams immortalized into the YouTube ecosystem, that I can show, okay, I went literally from 0 to this and I have evidence. I was there. I did it live. You could see what I'm doing. You can see what I'm doing, how I did it. And I think that that would be really cool to have, because then anybody who finds that in the future, or if I ever want to do something like coaching or whatnot in the future, I will be way above all the other gurus because I'm going to have evidence, which they're not going to have. Hey, MD Ryan, not sure how to say that. Welcome to the stream. How are you today? Hope your day's going good. Another thing which is actually great about these streams is that it kind of gives me, not only does it give me practice in speaking, which I think is really good to have, but it also lets me make some easy, cheap content, which is also handy. If getting copied is inevitable, ain't copying others going to be inevitable for you? You got to copy them. Yeah, no, you absolutely have to. That's part of the reason why, that's part of how you compete. You got to copy people. That's just what you do. So I wouldn't see that as a bad thing. You know, you got to learn from others. I mean, almost everything that we do and build as human beings is copied from somebody else. It's copied and it's improved upon. You know, so you kind of have to do the same thing. That's actually one of the easiest ways to compete as a digital marketing agency, is that by law you have to have transparency with your ads. So you can go to Facebook, you can go to their ad library, look up specific niches or specific competitors and look at what ads they're running. Although you can't see the results of the ads, what you can do is determine the viability of the ads and how well they're performing based on how long they've been running. So what I'm trying to say is that, let's say you go look at a competitor's ads and you have a dude that's been running an ad for like a month. Well, you can have a pretty good notion that that ad is doing well, because otherwise they wouldn't be running it. So it's great. You making content using banter is true. Your answer to my answer to your question. Yeah. I just take these I can take these little clips and upload them. Is great. Although I really wish I had like a side panel where I could record my full face cam as well, because otherwise I'm in a position where what am I trying to say? It's like this would be kind of shitty, because if I zoomed in really far on my face cam at the bottom, because I'm not recording the vertical stream. I probably should in this case. Maybe that would help. But Yeah, it just wouldn't look as good quality-wise. Maybe every time I go off on a tangent, I should just switch to the main view. Not like it's super interesting looking at these words on the screen anyway. Might as well just look at my big fat ass head. Right, we are finished. Took an entire... Holy shit. Like, I was gonna say half an hour as a joke, but it's been 50 minutes. Sorry, a spider leaped on the table. Well, sorry, brother. I'll see you in heaven. Probably. I don't know if you killed somebody or not. I'll see you wherever, maybe. I'll pray for you as you slowly get poisoned from the inside and all of your intestines start falling out. I'm gonna get some water. I just ran out, so I'll be right back. We're about to take my glass. Ah. Oh. Right. I don't need the headphones anyway. Maybe I should be recording the vertical stream instead. Yeah, could do that. You know what? This probably doesn't need to be this big anyway. Let me change it up a little bit. Give me a little bit more space. There I am. A little bigger now. And I can start recording the vertical. I tried also, what website are you using? For what? That's a vague question. Also, why aren't you dead yet? You got bit by a spider. Or a spider leaped on the table. Maybe it poisoned you with like gypsy magic or something. I fucking hate spiders. I don't know how people can like bugs. I want them all dead. What you're doing it. Again, I have no idea what that means. What are you talking about? Speak up. No, bro, I didn't get poisoned. Not yet. Not yet. The spiders will get you. They know how to... Look, you can't trust spiders. One day when you're sleeping, a spider is gonna itsy bitsy his way straight up your urethra. You're never gonna see it coming, I promise. And I'm not speaking from experience. Oh, the website on my screen. Bro, this is fucking Excel. How old are you? You said you're in high school. You don't know what Excel is? How long have you been using a computer? 2 weeks? Maybe I shouldn't be so judgmental. Nuh-uh, in the first year right now. Never use it. You've never used Excel? Maybe you're just too young to use it. How come you're even watching stuff like this? Do you not have better shit to watch? Stuff that's more fun? It's just weird. This, like, you don't seem like the target audience for this. Well, maybe, I mean, maybe you're just way ahead of your peers. Maybe you're gonna watch me figure all this shit out. I'm gonna get it to work. And then you're gonna know about me. And you're gonna copy everything I'm doing, start your own business, and then stick it to all your friends. Maybe that's what you're preparing for. I'm honestly really bored. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Your generation, all you guys care about is a bunch of flashing lights and moving images. You know, maybe it'll keep your attention if I do this. I'll probably get sick of that too. You know what? I got something to keep your attention. Here, I'll help you out. Give me just a second. One sec. Almost there. Here. Here's a super cool Stegosaurus. Keep your attention. There you go. I hope that helps. Don't pull up Subway Surfers. No, I got something way cooler. Fucking Stegosaurus. Look at how cool that is. Oh, yeah, I bet you didn't see that coming, did you? I bet you expected something like Gandhi's flip-flop. Not today. You're welcome. So whenever you start dozing off, let me know. I'll just like wave this around. You could be like, whoop, 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 whoop. That'll keep your attention. Anyway. And anybody who joins this stream is gonna be so fucking confused as to why there's a goddamn Stegosaurus. It's great. Okay, perfect. Maybe it'll grab other people's attention. We'll have more viewers. Anyway. So, what are we doing? I'm losing track. Client portal, right. Where do I even start with this shit? You should go back to your project. Maybe right now is not. Or maybe right now is banter time. I don't know. Maybe I should take a little bit. It keeps saying banger. Banger time. Hell yeah. You know what's up. Yeah, I should probably focus a little bit. I really don't know where to even start. It's just so much to consider. Where are we going with this? I don't even know where to start. I'm probably only going to go till 5 as well. Probably another 40 minutes or something. So, want to at least do something in the 40 minutes, you know? Okay, well, maybe now we pull up the Miro board. What do you find the hardest and easiest? The thing is, I don't really know. Like, I'm not an expert in using Airtable or anything. So I don't even know what's doable. It's like I think I have to consider what it is that I actually need to happen. And then I need to reverse engineer what I need to do to fix it. Why didn't this work? Did I not set it up for all of them? Oh, give me a second. I want to make sure that I'm not going to leak any information by showing this. It should be fine. There we go. Wow, that is small. Okay. So why did it not work? What I want to fix is this. These dates only went off for these when I marked them as complete. Why did that happen? Date reached and client visible. Date reached and client visible. Milestones, condition, where, milestone name. It is onboarding complete. And the client email contains client email. Okay, onboard. So this one worked. The others did not. What was the difference? So ads complete. That triggers. Ads complete. I mean, it should work. Hmm. Weird. Come on, bro. You can't slack off when you promise yourself you'll get 90K or something before the 90-day mark. Yeah, I'm gonna be a fucking gazillionaire by the 90-day mark. I'm gonna go from 0 to fucking $3 trillion. Can't slack off. Otherwise, we're never gonna get there. Yeah, the brain is just not activating for this. Okay, let's try to take it one step at a time. So, client fills in the onboarding form. When they fill in the onboarding form, this populates. It creates all of these categories for stuff I have to do. Review the onboarding form, brand assets and booking link, upload invoice and agreement, write funnel copy, create client subdomain, build landing page, build thank you page, pixel setup, yes, write ad copy, design ad creatives, build meta ad campaign, test funnel, launch campaign, week 1 report. That's fine. How am I gonna track the reports? That's something I need to consider before I move on from that. Because I don't want to create a new thing every time that I'm sending a new report to a new person. That would be really annoying. I also wanted to make the reports automatically generated. I don't know. Okay, let's go to the Miro board and try to figure out how this shit is gonna work. Track the reports. Why not use the Notes app? Or did I hear something else and not track the reports? So I'm gonna make reports for the client. So in this thing, I want to set up a system where it can get sent automatically to the client. and it auto generates the reports. So basically how many leads they got, how many calls we booked and stuff like that. And I wanted to generate a report based off that information and send it to them. Now I would like this to be automated because I don't want to deal with that. So I need to figure out how I'm going to set up templates to automate these reports based on the individual client's information. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I also don't know how I'm going to actually track it here. Maybe this is something that I don't need to track if I automate it. So maybe I should just remove it and note it down for myself. Am I even still giving reports? I think I actually got rid of reports from my offer. Let me take a quick look. I think I might have removed reports because I think I added in something else instead. If I removed reports, I would actually be really happy if I did. Because they can see all of their data tracked there anyway, so I just don't really see the need for there to be reports. That's going to save me a big headache if that's the case. Let me take a quick look. Products, core offer. Here's my offer. Give me this. Navigation pane, core offer. Yeah, I did get rid of them. I got rid of the reports. That's sexy-licious. Honestly, I'm really happy with that. Gonna go into the automation, create default tasks, performance report. Where's the delete button? You are going straight to the shadow realm. Nice. Okay, that's one headache gone. Cool. So post-launch, that doesn't need to exist as a category anymore. You know what? Maybe I'll leave it. No need. I don't want to change 13 automations, thank you. I'd rather not. That sounds like a bad idea. Okay, that's one headache gone. That is good news. Don't need to worry about that. Okay, so let's go in here. So, client pays makes investment via Stripe. Via Stripe. Redirect. Gets redirected to onboarding form. Gets redirected to onboarding form. Then I need find fills onboarding form. You. Wait, bro, I don't know shit, but be careful what you delete, because when I deleted the App Store, I can't download it back. Can you do that? Can you really do that? I need to find out right now. Holy shit, you can delete the App Store. Well, that's an interesting UI error. You could probably get it from their website still. Like, I doubt that your phone is just useless now, but that's quite funny that they actually allow you to do that. Yeah, I decided not to delete it because I don't want to change all the shit it's going to update. Okay, so that's how that works. Now, project timeline. Error table. It's project timeline for client. Is that coding now or are you making a system? So I'm just planning out in my head, like what actually, well, on paper, what actually happens when somebody submits the form. Because I think the easiest way to build what we need to happen will be if I understand every step of the way of what I want to happen. So I'm just planning that out. I think it's going to make it a little bit easier for us. Whoopsie. Leaked all of my information there. Great. There was probably nothing there. I'm not a degenerate. You're not going to find a bunch of porn or anything on my computer. Okay. Generates project timeline for the client. So this happens, then you get generated. I'd like it to generate an invoice as well. Or I could just upload the invoice manually. I think that's on the project timeline. Upload invoice. Yes. Oh, that's okay. I can do that. Link to invoice. Where am I going to store them then? Not sure. Google Drive or something. Guess I can do that. Or Microsoft Office. So, upload invoice and agreement. Upload the client's invoice and agreement for signing. No. The agreement is going to be signed beforehand. I'd already determined that. Invoice. Agreement. To the upload the client's invoice and agreement to the portal. Yeah. Using the invoices client's invoice to the invoices tab and agreement to the documents tab. Ah, fuck. Okay, and now we need to go back to our automation. Fix this up. Invoice to the client portal. Documents. Hey Athena, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. In before I get a message saying that you're a bot. That would be unfortunate. I hate when that happens. But otherwise, welcome. Okay, that should be good. Yeah. Okay. How's that? Okay, so what next? Create client subdomain. I still have no idea how I'm going to do that. God damn it, it is a bot. Son of a bitch. Twitch is just filled with goddamn bots. It's actually impossible to just get a normal human being. It's all bots. It's like that fucking meme. Somebody needs to make that meme like with the two astronauts and it has Twitch as an icon and then it's like, wait, it's all bots? Always has been. Gun to your head. Cool. Haha, I heard that meme. Yeah. I made one with ChatGPT. Well, I didn't make one. I came up with the idea and then a friend of mine made one. It was one with ChatGPT where it was the ChatGPT icon instead of Earth, and it said, wait, we're all AI? And it said always has been. Funny, but I mostly saw the Among Us meme. I feel like I've seen that, but I don't remember. You can speak English? Yes, I can speak English, you bot. I find those bots kind of funny because I don't play games. I stream other stuff, but they always come in and they're like, "Oh, what game do you play most?" I don't play games, brother. Life is not a game. Business is not a game. Well, it kind of is. It's not a game in the general sense of the word, but it is a game, and you know, you're competing with others, and there's certain steps you need to take. You reach certain achievements. So I guess in that sense, it is kind of a game, but calling it a game, like, that's kind of weird to do. Okay, what happens next? When that happens, the milestones are also updated, which is what goes on the client side, which shows up based on progress of the project timeline. Airtable automation. Airtable automation generates milestones. Well, anyways, I got a personal question for you. Oh, you love those. Hope you don't mind me asking. May not answer, but what are your parents' reaction to taking this path? They don't know. They don't know. I didn't tell anyone. So, my mom still thinks that I'm working for the company that I was working for before, and she doesn't know. So it's a little stressful sometimes trying to keep that from her, but I feel like she'd be really upset that I don't want to continue my regular path. Yeah, but I have no choice. It's like I just know. The thing is, when it comes to doing something like this, everybody always tells you that they want you to do well. But when you actually do something that's different from what they want you to do, suddenly they're not supportive anymore. They instill a bunch of fear into you. They tell you you can't do it. They tell you it's not a good idea. You're going to fail. You're going to go broke. And I just don't want that, because I know that this is something I want to do. So I don't want to give my mom the opportunity to make me want to back out of it, you know? So that's why I haven't told anyone. I just had to do it. Just had to leap off the edge. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. So I got to grind, bro. Exactly. Exactly. Airtable automation generates milestones for the client. Good. So this appears, then this goes through, then this appears. Now, the problem with this is why is that not populating? Maybe I didn't give it enough time, because I marked all of these as complete. So this should create a date reached thing when I do that. Hey Kushal, what's up? What's the for? What? You're trying to figure out what's happening here? It's confusing for me too. So you're not alone if that's the case. If ads complete triggers. So do you got client? Not yet. We're getting there bit by bit, but not yet. Ads complete. Okay, ads complete says trigger because the ads are done. So back in here, when it says trigger, ads complete contains trigger, which it does. Find records in milestones based on where milestone name is ads complete and the client email is email. Update these two records. So why isn't it working? It says ads created. That's the problem. I think. Where milestone name is ads complete. Yes, ads created. See? Real-time problem solving right there. Look at that. I'm really happy that I have a great sense of let me rephrase. I have really good attention to detail. So I can notice stuff like this really well. It's like a life it really is like a superpower at times. Feels like some kind of life hack. I'm really good at noticing like tiny inconsistencies. That's created. Probably going to be the same issue with all of these. Yep. First lead delivered. Okay, this one is not the case, but that one's not going to trigger anyway. Because those are different conditions. First 10 leads delivered. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, those will work. So now this should work. Now if I put you to not started and then put you to complete. Yes. There we go. And same with this. If I select you, there's that. And then what's that other one? Test funnel. Oh, test funnel is not included. Nah, it's just campaign launched. Good. Okay, that works. Perfect. Nice. So there's that. Bro, what's your girlfriend's name? None of your business. That's a personal question I will not answer. Sorry. I'll answer a lot of personal questions. There's some limitations, not a lot, but there's some limitations. Like diameter of my butthole, probably wouldn't answer that. Mainly because I don't know it. But there's some others. Okay, that works. So it creates the milestones and then it also links to the clients tab. This is kind of the tab that I need to be fixed up a little bit. I need this to be fixed up. Or how you propose her by Rose or something other. I haven't proposed. It's not my wife. Not yet. You know how to fix it? No, not really. I'm just trying to, like, I want it to be more streamlined. I'd rather have this information be in a different tab. One that I don't need to touch. So, like, for example, say here, this is a roll-up field. I can probably have this be in a different tab altogether. Tricky. Because I really want to get a system going where I can just move all of the stuff that is not important that I don't need to fill out to different tabs. Like leads generated is another tab I shouldn't have to touch. This should be completely automatic. I'll have to figure that out. What the hell is that? What's wrong with my keyboard? Give me this shit. This I will touch. This I will. This I will. This I will. And this I will. No, don't need reports anymore. Nice. Delete table. Don't need this. Let me go back to this client portal. Is there even a reports thing here? No, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, I don't need reports. It's fine. Are you married? You have a kid? No, I'm not married. No, I don't have a kid. Oh, hey, it's you, business guy. Hey, Stella. I feel like I remember you for like a little bit. You're saying I'm the business guy like you're very familiar with me. But I feel like I've only seen like a message from you. Anyway, welcome. Happy to have you here. How's your day going? We're the hose? What? You're not a hose, probably. Are you? So you're asking yourself, you're that person. The clear skin. Okay, I remember you. Young Meech. Why are you asking? Like, I feel like you're in an interesting position in life if you're asking if you're a hoe. Oh, where? That's not how you spell where, brother. We're the hoes. Where are they at? They're not here, unfortunately. The hoes don't like business. They only like the money coming from it. At the club, bro, not in this live stream. You know, wouldn't that make the live stream a lot more interesting if I just got a bunch of hookers in the background? Probably get banned, though. Hey, I'm good. What about you? Yeah, I'm good. Having a good day. Doing some boring shit like usual. Preparing for delivering the service. Happy to have you all here. Abasi, I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. Best of luck in your journey, man. I'm sure this will influence many other people to go out of their comfort zone and do the same. I really hope so too. And I'd love to be the first to do something because I'm pretty sure I might be the first person to be doing something like this. So I think it would be really cool for other people to follow suit because then I'm going to be remembered as the #1. Unless somebody completely fucking screws me over or bans my account or something. That would be really unfortunate, but alas. I got it right. Okay, great, perfect. Love that. You the man, fire. You probably typed in fire, trying to find the emoji, and then clicked on it, and then left the word fire in it. Is that what happened? Hell yeah, fire, fire. Yoga fire. Need some of that too. Well, I appreciate you all being here. Making it a little bit less lonely doing this boring ass shit. I want to know your thoughts on women, like how you have self-control. What? What? Hold on, brother. Are you like some kind of rapist or something? What do you mean now I have self-control? Explain yourself right now. You gotta chill the fuck out, bro. I agree with Stella. That is crazy. You should have read over your statement before sending that. Now everybody's watching you, waiting for your next response. You better be careful with it, brother. Hey, bro, I'm here. Anyways, banter time, I guess. Yeah, it kind of seems like it. Hold on, I want to see how this plays out. Gonna get a lot of fucking juicy clips from this stream. Go on, young Meech. We're waiting for the explanation. You're not gonna weasel your way out of this one. I think I need to have women on the call. What? Sorry, I mixed two of the chats together. I think I need to have FBI on the call. Yeah, I think I might call the FBI. Don't you try and talk to women when you're not doing this? I have a girlfriend. I don't need to talk to women. Bro goons every time he's feeling and doing what? This is great. I never would have expected this kind of conversation from a business related thing. That's the question, dang. No, I don't try to talk to women. What? That's not really answering the self-control. It's like you're trying to weasel your way out of it. Was that just like poor phrasing on your part? What was going on there? But no, I'm not hypersexualized or anything. Not a cheater. So no, I got my girlfriend. That's all I need. Don't need to be talking to other hoes, as you call them. Or, you know, beautiful, lovely ladies, as I would call them. How about you? What's your experience with that? Do you get rejected a lot? Poor phrasing. Okay. Okay, you've been forgiven. By me, at least. I don't know. Ask everybody else in chat. They might still put you on the FBI watch list. I'm not responsible for what happens. Dude's house is gonna get raided. You gotta chill. This guy's a straight man with his head in the game. Yeah. Exactly. He's trying to prevent me from reaching the goals. We can tell. I forgive you. Okay. He's been forgiven. Most people in chat are over it. You know what? While there's people here, and since we're on this weird tangent, off the top of your head, what do you think is the absolute single weirdest sentence that you could write? Write it. I want to see. Ridiculous. You're trying to take me out of context. Brother, the context was all there. We didn't need to take anything out. How do you have self-control? That's a crazy statement. I think, you know what, I think now that I think about it, I look back at it, I think what he was trying to say was, how do you have the self-control to spend so much time working and not talking to women? I think that's what he was trying to say. Not that he wasn't asking if you have self-control to not rape women. I don't think that's what he was getting at. It's starting to make a little bit more sense. Okay. We got there in the end. We got there. Okay. I'm sorry, that's so funny. Yeah. It really, like, everybody misunderstood that. That could have been catastrophic. That's the kind of thing that you want to make sure you don't say online with your face out there. Because that would get you you know, I don't know, burned the steak. Apologies, young Meech. Okay. So where are we going with this? Oh, I need to tidy this up. Made a sentence, but it might get banned on YouTube, so no. Okay, the weirdest sentence you can come up with that wouldn't get you banned. Like, don't say anything super controversial. That's my human experience trying to chat. I really recommend you just let it go, because it's kind of starting to sound like you're falling back down the rabbit hole again. I don't know if I'm the only body who, if I'm the if I'm the only person who is also misunderstanding this statement and linking it back to the previous one, but alas, I edged to miners. Okay, you wrote miners as in the dudes with the pickaxes. Okay, you know what? That's an important distinction. I hope that's what you meant, because if not, that would be a problem. It better be the miners and not the miners. Very important delineation. YouTube suggested this. I'm trying to see what you're about. Well, now you kind of have an inclination for it. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I'm not an asshole. But I had to take the opportunity. Come on, it'll make a funny clip. It'll be funny. You're not going to be included. Don't worry. Just me talking to... It'll sound like me talking to me. It's two meanings. Take your pill. Yeah, I can imagine that on a t-shirt. It's with fucking Morpheus, got the red pill, the blue pill. I talked to my what was it? I edge to miners, and one of the pills is the E, and one of them is the O. Everybody does. To be honest, I found you as well due to YouTube suggestions. I'm glad YouTube is suggesting me. I guess that some people are finding me at least somewhat interesting. My goal with these is kind of to try and make business, you know, a little bit entertaining to some degree. I try, at least. I love it when we have some good banter in the chat. People mean for show. It's honestly and genuinely very interesting. Oh, well, I'm glad you think that. Really glad you think that. I appreciate that. I'd love to build a community of people like this where we could all hang out, build this business together. You know, people can contribute. Maybe if I'm feeling up for it, maybe I'm gonna, you know, I'm a nice person. At least I like to think I'm a nice person. Maybe one of these days it's gonna pay off for you guys. I'm gonna remember, say I'm gonna make millions from this business. Maybe I'm just gonna give you guys a bunch of money just for being around. You know, I'm not trying to blackmail you into staying or anything. I'm just saying, could happen. Sometimes the little investments can be worth it. Especially if you were going to spend the time watching some, like, fucking weirdo scream online while jacking off or something. You know, that'd be a horrible waste of your time. At least you might learn something here, right? Right? I hope you would. I'm learning. You sure you're going to remember me? Your name is hard to forget, ABCDEFG. I don't know how I could forget that. Especially if you're going to be here often. Seem like you got the right ideas. Yeah, I mean, I try. Anyway, I should probably focus on this for a little bit. Or actually, I don't know. I was going to end at 5. Maybe we'll just spend like 10 or 20 minutes just hanging out. I'll build this a little bit more off stream. This kind of boring shit anyway. I think it'd make more sense to just kind of explain what I did, like in the off time. I think that might be better. So, yeah. I'm just gonna hang out for another 10 or 20 minutes. Anybody else have anything to say that would completely ruin their lives that I could make fun of? You're welcome to say it. I wouldn't mind. Oh, hold on. Before I go, for anybody that's still on here, before I go to the main chat, cool Stegosaurus, look at this. To keep your guys' attention. Nah, but I do have a question. What question? Is it a question about the cool Stegosaurus? Whoa, look at the size of this guy. It's probably getting a bit lonely. Alright, back to full cam. Save that. I'll probably use that at some point. And to change. I can't see the Stegosaurus. I brought it back for a second. I don't know how far behind the stream is, but I hope that made you happy. You're gonna see Fantastic Four. It's just my off day. I haven't heard of Fantastic Four. Is there a new movie coming out about them? 2025. The first steps. All right. Let's see what this is all about. Nice dinosaur. Thank you. He's my best friend. Fantastic Four. This guy looks familiar. What's his name? my brain wanted to say Pablo Escobar. This is definitely not Pablo Escobar. Pedro Pascal. Yeah. Okay. That's who that guy is. Yeah, they brought Pablo Escobar back from the dead to play in Fantastic Four. Wouldn't that be a hell of a headline? Anyway, are you in Europe? Because the time difference is so far away. Also, I can't see the screen. You can't see the screen? It was there. Hold on. 1 second. Oh, you're on the short stream. Whoops. I forgot about that. Here, sorry. Cool Stegosaurus. It's back. Look at the size of this fucking beast. Anyway, there's your cool Stegosaurus. That's enough of that guy. He's going to the Shadow Realm. Here we go. And yes, I am in Europe. Are you in America? What time is it over there? Brendan Albertson, best content. Thank you, I appreciate that. We've kind of moved on from the business stuff, if you can't see. Now we're looking at Fantastic Four, because somebody told me to take a look at it. Talking about how Pablo Escobar has been brought back from the dead to play Mr. Fantastic. I think Dinosaur could possibly be a hoax. I don't think so, because there's bones of it. Don't know how that would be explained. Also, I don't really think it matters. Like, look, think about it this way. What's the alternative? They don't exist and somebody made it up? Does that change your life? You still gotta pay taxes. You know, you still gotta get up and go to work. Doesn't matter. I think it's kind of fun to just believe there were dinosaurs. So I don't really care if they're real or not. For you it's 3 or 5, while for me it's already nighttime. Are you in Australia then? Where are you from? Because I'm pretty sure America's time is backwards. The thing looks like he wants to, like he just has warts all over his body. Shit, yeah, good. He kind of does. Yeah, let's zoom into that. Now, come on, open the image. Open the image in a new tab. Yeah, it kind of does. That is ugly. I heard there are not many on display. I think dragons are real. You're right. Birds don't have fossils. Neither do birds. Birds don't exist. Birds aren't real. They're all surveillance drones. Haven't you heard the news? They're all fake. None of it is real. You're not real. I'm not real. We're all AI. New Zealand. I've actually always wanted to move there. Except for the... Except... that I changed my mind when the politics got really shit. Soon as the politics went to shit, no longer interested. Everything else seems really cool. It looks like a nice place. Like to visit one day, probably. What the fuck is this bitch's problem? She kind of looks like like one of those evil witch bitches in one of those cartoon movies, doesn't she? Nah, bro, I'm in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asian? Where specifically? What country? Got Asians watching. I got the Nigerians, the guys from the Middle East. I got Southeast Asians. Fucking everybody's here. New Zealand. Holy shit. Everybody but well, I guess New Zealand is English speaking. I was gonna say everybody from every country except from typically English speaking countries. I always wondered. I wonder why my content gets recommended to so many countries outside of English speaking countries. So my content is primarily English. So I find that really strange. She looks like a witch and baby had a baby with Snow White. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Is that Pedro? It is. And then we got this fucking bitch with an attitude here as well, and Mr. Wart on his face. And then fucking a faggot over here. I'm sorry. He kind of does look like a faggot though. This is a handsome man though. Can't hate Pedro. He kind of looks like Ellen I forgot what her name is. Ellen something. You know who I'm talking about. Ellen DeGenerate. DeGeneres. I fucking don't remember. I'm just gonna call it Ellen DeGenerate. But like male version. Isn't Pedro gay too? Is he gay? Got two faggots. One looks like a faggot and one is a faggot. Why were people saying Pedro Pascal was gay? He's very gay friendly. He acted in shows with LGBT. Okay. And Pedro has chosen to remain silent on the topic. I guess we'll never know. Ellen show. For some reason, I thought you said elbow show. What would an elbow show be? That sounds kind of interesting. What do you think an elbow show would be? Just a show where it's elbow show. What's that? What an elbow show or the Ellen show? All right, so we got a faggot, and then we have a guy who likes faggots. All right. Yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna see this movie. To answer that other guy's question, Young Meech, I think, asked that like 20 minutes ago. After careful evaluation, I will not be watching this movie. Doesn't seem like something I would like. Even though all I have evaluated is the actors and how their appearance disturbs me. I don't know. I kind of just think the new movies are kind of shit anyway. I don't like new movies. I like old movies. Have you watched Euphoria? No, I haven't. That also looks like it's for... It kind of looks like it's just made for women. Do men watch that kind of shit? In your opinion... Hold on. In your opinion, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? What would you want? For me, I want to be invisible and untraceable DNA or fingerprint. Bro, you're not beating the allegations. I feel that. You're not beating the allegations either. Both of you, right to jail. I know what you're up to. I know what you're gonna do with that power. You people are sick. Get help. I would stop time. Yeah, I would like to control time. Completely unrelated reason. In your opinion, bro, if you could have a superpower, yeah, that's that. No, man, all movies now are shit. Yeah, all movies are shit. All movies are shit nowadays. Genuinely, my favorite movies are from like the 90s. 90s, early 2000s, maybe some. I really like some new shows. Well, like new-ish. I really liked Breaking Bad. I really liked Squid Game. The ending kind of pissed me off a little bit because there were some like loose ends, but other than that. I would want photographic memory. Yeah, that seems like a really good one. Like actual genuine photographic memory where you could just remember perfectly everything you see. That would be pretty sick. I agree. That'd be a cool superpower. Screw that. Power of fast forwarding to the future. My parlays. I would just, just have the, instead of stopping time, just have the power to control time. Do both. Forward, backward, middle, whatever. All of them work. I think I'd like mind control. What would you do with mind control? You gotta be careful with how you answer this, because if you don't have a good answer for what you would do with mind control, I know what you're gonna do, and we all know what you're gonna do. So answer carefully. Pick your next words carefully. To be honest, Star Wars fell off so hard. I never watched Star Wars. Could you believe that? Never really into it. I just never got around to watching. I haven't watched like a lot of really popular movies. I haven't watched The Hobbit. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of stuff I haven't watched. They're just designed to sell things. I don't remember what that's in relation to. How old are you? No offense. How old do you think I am? Since you what's the opposite of preface? Postface? No. Is there the opposite of preface? Whatever. Since you said no offense, I'm assuming you are trying to offend me in some way, or you think that the statement is offensive. So how old do you think I am? And then I will decide if I'm offended. Secret. Yeah, of course. Now, mind control might make you suicidal when you think about it. Imagine sitting in traffic and you hear all the worst the world has to say. Yeah, just all of everybody using a bunch of slurs, everybody thinking about all of the, like, probably imagine the amount of time that's taken up in people's minds of just pornography. You would just watch every single person's porn fetishes all at once. You would imagine probably some guy has some like black midget fetish, or somebody likes getting shit on their face, and that's all you'd be hearing while sitting in your car. Mind control seems like it kind of sucks. But maybe they have a good reason. Let's hear them out. Prelude. But no, but it's still pre. Should be after. Pre is a word for before. I don't think that works. Build up a business, launch products. Build up a business, launch products, control people's mind at mass, make them buy my products, and just build an empire. An umpire. No, I asked how old you are because you said you like movies from the 90s and stuff. I had no offense because I've seen people get weirded out or just get offended. Well, how old do you think I am? I'm just curious. Post log. Yeah, maybe I'll start using that. In my school, my classmates say so much slurs, I'm not even going to go on about the sexual stuff on women and children. I mean, everybody's used slurs at some point in their life. I honestly, look, this might be super controversial. I genuinely don't think that slurs are bad. I don't think the slurs are a problem. I think that the only time that words can be a problem is if they're directed at somebody with the intent to try and cause them some kind of harm. Just saying a word shouldn't be an issue. I think that people are way too obsessed with trying to be politically correct, and a bunch of people are way too sensitive, give too much of a fuck about what other people say. I think that that's stupid. So there's my opinion on that. Oh, here comes Vandal. Somebody swooped in before he could finish. 20s. Yeah, you're right. I'm in my 20s. I'm 23. Nah, bro. Fictional characters like I like that movie I saw was the Covenant? Covenant? I'm assuming you meant Covenant. Is that a horror movie? Covenant. Guy Ritchie's The Covenant? Fucking everybody's just saying saying the N-word now. Great. Love that. Nice people? Is that where you're going with that one, Brendan? Yes, bunch of nice people. Whatever. I don't care. I genuinely don't think that it's an issue if it doesn't hurt anybody. And if just somebody saying a word which isn't even directed at you hurts you, I think that's more of a problem with you than the person saying it. All right, now the chat is just letters. You know what? This is probably going to make the YouTube algorithm think that this is a fucking banging stream. So keep sending the single letters. I don't mind. As long as there's a good reply from YouTube in relation to that. Or it's just going to think I'm getting spammed and it's actually going to do the opposite. Man, I'm going to have like fucking 20 clips from the stream or something. I had a teacher's literal name was Nikesh. What a name! That's awesome! Mr. Nagesh. That's cool. I like that. I had a teacher named Cummings. Yeah. There was a name where I'm from in Lithuania. There was this guy, I can't remember what exactly the name was, so I'm just kind of like paraphrasing the meaning here. But there was a guy who was very famous. He was either an actor or like somebody who would go on TV or something. And his name was something like piss. Like the word piss in my language. And I just found that fucking hilarious. I remember my mom told me about that when I was younger. I just remember that. That's like a memory I just unlocked. Penis, penis. All right. Stream is filled with a bunch of penises. Oh no. Anything else interesting in the media that I should be aware of that I'm not? Besides this Fantastic Four movie, anything else that's new? I don't really keep up with that stuff. I'm usually quite busy. So, if anybody could point me in the right direction in regards to that, would appreciate it. Come on, Vandal. Well, your name is Vandal. You are vandalizing the chat. So, Ghislaine Maxwell, what's that about? Ghislaine? Her name is Ghislaine. Okay, you spelled it wrong. Okay, it's spelled different. Ghislaine or Ghislaine. I don't know how to say that. Ghislaine. Ever heard of the first animal named Dickinsonia? No, but have you heard of the blue tit? It's a bird. It's a blue bird. Let me show you what blue tit looks like. The Eurasian blue tit. Hey, you from East Asia, you should know about this one. The blue tit. Epstein. Epstein is a little bit of a political problem. Fuck it. I don't get into it. Epstein is a pedophile. I said it. It's true. Obviously, everybody knows he's a pedophile. That's not the... They should release the files. Bro, I've read novels with characters named Dick and stuff, unironically. Yeah, especially the older ones. Dick used to be a pretty common name. Like common nickname for Richard. Has anyone heard of the... I can't say that. Somebody's gonna clip it, take it out of context. But this is a dinosaur. This is correct. I believe it is a dinosaur. Yes. Beautiful creature. Stunning. All right, what's this about Ghislaine or whatever her name is? Oh, is this the woman that was working for Epstein that set up all of the like the invitations and the plane flights and stuff? Is that who she is? I'm not super well versed in the lore. They also should release everything about Diddy. Yeah, actually, I know even less about Diddy. I know a little bit about Epstein, but I don't know much about Diddy. I know that he's also a pedophile. Lots of pedophiles making the headlines. She's about to talk to Pam Bondi. What's that about? Tell me. Give me some context. I actually almost got gaslighted by my friends to thinking there was a dinosaur named Dickendotaria. 2% is my battery. Well, go plug it in then. Run! Faster! Plug it in! I don't trust no one about this. Pam Bondi. Who's that? We're getting real political here. She looks like somebody that would be on OnlyFans, not a political figure. Am I wrong? Would I get in trouble for saying that? Nah, I don't live in China. Should be fine. Dan Schneider is next. That's the dude that's the dude with the foot fetish on Nickelodeon, right? Or have I got my people mixed up? She's a high up in Trump's cabinet. All right. My battery's low. Go plug it in then. What are you waiting for? Don't let it die. Or just go on your computer. The widescreen probably looks better anyway. But it's seemingly very small-hatted, if you know what I'm saying. Yes. Okay. Yeah, fuck that guy too. Weirdo. Dan Schneider. Yeah. So many weird people in this world. Well, what are you gonna do? We can only just try to hate them all and hope that they disappear. That's all we could hope for. Pam Bondi. Well, I don't live in America. Can't hurt me. Probably. Wow, she looks a lot worse in these other pictures. Holy shit. What happened here? Did they clone her? She looks good here. What the fuck happened here? Photoshop, I guess. Yeah, you're telling me these are the same people. Come on, bruv. Kind of wish they would all be exposed and dethroned. Yeah. Can't find a charger. Well, rip. Botox and Coke. Probably true. Probably true. Yeah. She's looking at him weird. Like she wants to kill him. Yeah, lots of political shit happening in America. I feel for you guys. Whoever here is American, if anybody. A bunch of shit going on. Hate all the immigration stuff, all the illegal immigration in Europe. That's a huge problem as well. We should stop happening. I'm glad that people are starting to wake up and realize that it's an issue. You know, the crime rates speak for themselves. They have statistics on this shit. They know that the illegal immigrants are committing a lot more crime and a lot more violent crime. Well, hopefully it stops one day. It's an issue. And I'm glad that people are starting to wake up and take control. It's nice to see. Took long enough. Anyway, I think this is a good point to leave it. We kind of got derailed at the end. It's kind of fun. I like having these little banter sessions. It's a good time. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. Glad you all stopped by. Happy to talk to you all. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Maybe we're going to do a little bit more on this client portal because I didn't actually get to do very much. I just brainstormed a little bit. I'll see. Maybe I'm going to do some work on it and then tomorrow I can kind of review it and show what I did off stream. Bye-bye. What time's the next live stream? I usually stream at around 3 p.m. CEST, Central European Summertime. 3 p.m. in Madrid. In case you can't find the other time zone. No, bro, what you mean? You're kidding me? An Islamic immigrant where women can't be educated would struggle integrating in Europe to Europe? No way. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not the women that are the problem. It's all the fucking dudes committing the crimes. But yeah, it sucks. It really sucks that so many immigrants are coming in, destroying our beautiful countries. I don't have a problem against people, but I'm starting to realize that multiculturalism is probably not a good thing, just because we're so different. The thing is, the cultures mixing is a problem, because you have countries, as an example, just as a simple example, you have countries where 12-year-olds can consent and where 12-year-olds can't. And these cultures cannot mix for obvious reasons, right? You understand that, right? Country where 12-year-olds can consent, country where 12-year-olds can't, mixing them, bad idea. What's going to happen is those guys that think that it should be possible are going to try to gain political power, are going to try to go into the governments, try to tell everybody that, hey, we should allow this. Or if they are told no, what they're going to do is they're just going to rape the kids. And that's not a good thing. I'm pro-immigration, just not bad immigration. Yeah, I'm against immigration as well. Like bad immigration. I don't think immigration itself is bad, but it needs to be vetted. It needs to be vetted. It needs to be a strict process. The people need to be able to be processed, check their background, check their criminal history, check their bank account, see if they have an adequate amount of money to survive, check if they have a job. If you do that, fine, because those people are probably going to be fine and they might be able to integrate into the society. But if you have a bunch of people illegally coming over and then trying to force their ideals into the people in that country, it's never going to work. It's like when a lot of Muslims were coming over into places like Sweden, Finland, Germany, and they're trying to get them to accept Sharia law. What are you doing? It's, you know, you're trying to push your culture and trying to force other people to form their country around you instead of integrating into their society. Imagine a white Christian went to their societies trying to do the same. They'd kill him. Anyway. We got real controversial here. I don't think this is controversy, though. This is just fucking common sense. It's not goddamn controversial. People need to stop labeling everything as controversial. Like, why can't a South Korean receive the same incentives as an Afghanistani? Yeah. Yeah. It also sucks when people come from different countries, and when you've been in a country, you've contributed to the society, you've tried really hard, and you get less than the people coming in. That also really pisses me off. So, like, for example, my family, we spent a lot of our time in Ireland. We immigrated there from Lithuania, and we've been working there for a long time. We grew up there. We contributed to the society, you know, to the taxes, whatever. We've been on like waiting lists to try and get mortgages for houses and whatnot. And literally all of the illegal immigrants coming in just keep getting put in the list above us. So it just never gets anywhere. They're being given more shit. Super annoying. Like, your society should not be set up in a way where you give more benefits to illegal immigrants than to your own people. It's a fucked up system, and there's nothing controversial about it. This is just common sense. Anyway, I should stop because I'm starting to get angry. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm going to actually stop now. Happy to have you around. Hope to see you guys again tomorrow. And that's it. Bye.